entertaining and informative.
This is Sid and Friends in the Morning.
77 WABC.
Hi, recommend getting your heart trampled on to anyone. Yeah. Hi, recommend walking around naked in your living room. Yeah. Swallow it down, check it. It feels so good, spinning in your stomach. Wait until the dust settles. You live.
Some more Alanis Morissette. Saw her along with Morgan Wade and Joan Jett at the Woods last Friday night. She was great. So according to Jason Miller, Donald Trump may announce his VP choice this week. This is like the third consecutive week they said that. It's silly already. Remember, he was going to introduce the VP choice at the debate. Then it was going to be last week. Now it'll be this week. And they keep talking about the same guys. J.D. Vance, Marco Rubio. Although Rubio, I don't know how he does it. He's in the same state. They're both in the state of Florida. One would have to change their address. And I don't see Trump doing that anytime soon. So I'm not sure how Marco Rubio is being taken seriously. Either way, he may announce his VP this week. If I had to bet on it, I would say next week when we all get to Milwaukee. John Catsimatidis does two amazing shows on this station all week long, 5 p.m. every weekday, Cats and Cosby with Rita Cosby. And then, of course, the Cats Roundtable, terrific 2-hour show, 8 a.m. every Sunday morning. Joins me at this time every Monday morning, my dear friend, Mr. Red Apple Media, John Catsimatidis. John, good morning, buddy. How are you?
Good morning, Sid. Welcome back. We're glad you're back. I've never worked so hard in my life.
It's not easy doing a 4-hour radio show by itself, but then to do what you do afterwards, which is run like 10 other companies and come back and do another hour at 5 o'clock, that's an awful lot, John.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, but you do what you have to do. But guess what? I'm taking this morning a little bit slow. I haven't left Long Island yet, so you have to do that once in a while.
And listen, you had a great Long Island weekend. I was in upstate New York, but I saw this beautiful picture, John, on 3 different accounts yesterday at a dinner in the Hamptons on Saturday night, which included you, your lovely wife, Margot, Bill O'Reilly, Mark Simone, and I think I'm missing. And Judge Jeanine Pirro. How about that dinner?
It was a great party. Lally Weymouth from the family that owns the Washington Post had a birthday party, and she has it every year. And it's the party of the season. There is no party bigger than Lally's party.
Wow!
And she did a great job. People had a great time, and I'll tell you, it was just one of those nights. It was a great party, and both my kids were there, and that's even better.
That is great. Yep. Now you can't beat that.
Just before that, another friend of mine in Quad had a cocktail party for Governor Ron DeSantis, and he's done a great job. I didn't support him, but he has done a great job in Florida, and I hope he continues to do a great job in Florida.
I couldn't say it better. I didn't support him either. I've been Donald Trump 1,000 miles an hour, as you know, since day one, John, but he is the best governor in the country. Bottom line, he's the best governor in the country. And look, Trump can't do this again. If Trump does win, if he doesn't, it's over. But if he does win, he can't do it again. So DeSantis' time may still come. Did you guys have any one-on-one conversations, you and DeSantis?
We had some very close conversations. He's still governor, and he's going to run for re-election. And there's no term limits, I think, in Florida. So he has no problem
right
there. And we're going to make sure he gets elected. I mean, and there's some woke culture DAs down there in Orlando and in Tampa that he wants help with. And I said, look, we support common sense candidates. And if you have some common sense candidates that you want us to support, we'll support them. And that's the important thing. The other big thing, Sid, that happened while you were away, our co-host there, Greg Kelly, did a great interview with the ex-husband of Jill Biden. And for all of those that never heard it, because I know I replayed it once on the Cats Roundtable and Cats and Cosby, and Rita replayed it once, and it's made a lot of news. But for those of us, it's on the website. And what happened, this is 30 years ago, 40 years ago, whatever it was, is whatever Joe Biden was doing those days, he's still doing it. The name of the ex-husband is Bill Stevenson. Now, all of a sudden, he finds Senator Biden screwing around with his wife, Jill. And they separated. She went off with the Senator Joe Biden. But what happens afterwards? Bill Stevenson, the ex-husband, is 8 days late on $8,000 worth of taxes. It's assumed, or it's alleged, he alleges that they got the Department of Justice in Delaware, the Federal Department of Justice in Delaware, to go after Bill Stevenson, the ex-husband, arrest him, put him in handcuffs, and put him away in jail for $8,000, 8 days late. Now, does that sound familiar, what's going on 30 years later?
It sounds exactly like it. I did listen to the interview. I thought Greg Kelly did a tremendous job, and I had no idea about Stevenson and Jill Biden before, so it was a great job by him just researching all of that.
This is Greg Kelly for Priority Gold. What does it mean to be America's precious metals dealer? It means that you're in touch with the hearts and minds of those who love this country, value our freedom, and want to protect the future. Priority Gold is that precious metals dealer. They've helped thousands of Americans back their retirement with solid gold and silver. Call Priority Gold at 888-506-6439. Receive free shipping, free storage, a free investment guide, and one of the best purchase experiences in the industry. Call now or go to PriorityGold.com.
Hi, it's Lou Dobbs for Priority Gold, America's precious metals dealer. These are volatile times with high inflation, soaring debt, wars on multiple continents, and rising financial stress. Central banks are buying gold to diversify their reserves, so are many Americans. Call Priority Gold and find out how precious metals can help you diversify your portfolio. They're highly rated and happy to help. Call 1-866-303-6357 or get a free gold guide at PriorityGoldGuide.com. That's PriorityGoldGuide.com.
When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger, where you'll find over 30,000 mouth-watering choices that excite your inner foodie. And no matter what tasty choice you make, you'll enjoy our everyday low prices, plus extra ways to save, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week. You can also save up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with fuel points. More savings and more inspiring flavors make shopping Kroger worth it every time. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
And you're right. It sounds exactly the same as what they're doing to Donald Trump today. You go against me, and I'm going to find a way to go after you with the Department of Justice.
But I said in the interview we did with Scaramucci, and we talked about it, we said, look, it happened to Cuomo. And you know the story on Cuomo. The minute he mentions that he's going to run for president in 2024, the knives came out.
Yep.
Eric Adams, the minute he's on his way to Washington to stir up the pot with the other 6 black mayors, the knives came out. As a matter of fact, as the airplane was taking off. So this is all, what they did to President Trump is horrible. And it it can't be that you go after your opponent by trying to indict him. It's just, this is third world country stuff.
No, listen, and I'm glad you bring that up because I kind of have this ongoing back and forth with Bill O'Reilly where, he blames a lot of Biden's issues on his physical ailments, his dementia. He doesn't remember where he is, blah, blah, blah. And all that is certainly true. We saw that in the debate. But when I get angry, John, because I feel like people then don't talk about the real issue, which is for 40 plus years, this guy's done nothing. And now you have stated something that's very scary where he's been doing what he did to Trump for the better part of 4 decades. That's my issue. It's not whether or not he's lost his mind. It's when he's had his mind. Every decision he makes has been a poor, if not painful decision.
Well, I tell my Democratic friends, and I have a lot of Democratic friends, that every decision he has made for our country the last 2-3 years, in my opinion, has been very bad for our country.
Yes.
I mean, we are running tail. Can you tell me what country trusts us right now? I can't tell you which one.
Oh, I can tell you Hamas does.
Yeah.
They trust
and
us.
It's just
yeah.
Well, there's been elections in France. There's been elections in Great Britain.
Yeah, but I want to stop you. I want to stop you with the France mention because you and I talked a couple of weeks ago, and for folks that don't know, this is John Catsimatidis, and John, you have business interests all over the world, so you're really, really smart. You can talk about what's going on in Europe and all these countries. To see that Macron, his group, got less votes, and certainly the Conservatives got much less votes than the far, far left in France, were you surprised?
Let me tell you what has happened. I talked to a lot of people in France. A lot of my friends are there. What seems to have happened when the right wing of France seemed to be winning, guess what? The Palestinians and the Islamic forces came out and said, no effing way are we going to allow this to happen. And they came out to vote, and they either abstained or they voted left. And it looks like the left got a lot of votes, and it looks like they're trying, how did the British say, trying to sort things out.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So in wrapping this great conversation up, a week from today, John, when you and I are standing inside the home of the Milwaukee Bucks in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, getting ready for a big convention week.
It's not the Milwaukee Braves anymore?
No. Oh, they moved to Atlanta, but you're on top of it. On a serious note, do you think a week from today Joe Biden will, in fact, be the president of the United States, or do you think, like many are saying today, he will decide to step down this week?
The truth is, nobody really knows. Everybody's speculating. Jill Biden is not going to allow her husband to leave. She wants to be first lady or quasi-president. Jill Biden even enlisted the help of the son, and she says she loves the son and she wants to help him. I don't believe that. The son now moved into the White House and is telling his father, don't resign. So this is, and meanwhile, the long knives are out after Caesar. All the knives are ready to, write down all the names with the long knives being out of all the people you can trust in case you're in a foxhole.
Now, you're right. And there's now been 9 House Democrats, including 4 senior members, 2 from New York, Morelli and Nadler, who want him to step down. One more thing, John, you're a big-time radio host. You've got 2 major shows on this channel. I do the morning show here. And it also came out this weekend that Joe Biden did 2 interviews in Pennsylvania, and the White House actually sent the host the questions before. I can tell you this, I would never do that. Now, do I have to talk to people, including Trump, what we may talk about? Absolutely, but no one has ever told me what I can and can't ask. I would never abide by that. Would you?
No, I wouldn't. I would ask, questions in general that they could say to me, we want to talk about this, we want to talk about this, but nothing exact.
Same exact thing with me. Exactly right. Well, listen, my friend, have a safe trip back to New York City. I'm glad you had a big weekend in the Hamptons. It looked and sounded awesome. I love you. I'll see you later on. And we got a big week coming up next week. Thank you so much, John.
Look forward. Take care.
Me too. There he is, the great John Catsimatidis. Does a great job, folks. 2 shows, 2 of them, Katz and Cosby, 5 o'clock every weekday afternoon alongside Rita Cosby. And, of course, the Katz Round Table comes your way 8 a.m. every Sunday morning.
Hi, it's Lou Dobbs for Priority Gold, America's precious metals dealer. These are volatile times with high inflation, soaring debt, wars on multiple continents, and rising financial stress. Central banks are buying gold to diversify their reserves, so are many Americans. Call Priority Gold and find out how precious metals can help you diversify your portfolio. They're highly rated and happy to help. Call 1-866-303-6357 or get a free gold guide at PriorityGoldGuide.com. That's PriorityGoldGuide.com.